Hi folks, welcome to Shik Happens. It's been about 3 weeks since I posted a video here on this channel. And as I mentioned before, it was just time for me to take a step back from YouTube and I'll just take a break, get some things done around the property. But it was getting to the point here recently where I was getting texts, calls, messages from subscribers asking if everything was okay. Of course, they weren't asking about me, they were asking about the Shikster. But nonetheless, I figured, you know what, going on 3 weeks, I better get something posted here on Shik Happens for a quick update on what's going on in the homestead. Of course, the first thing you might be wondering is, what's up with the paint cans? This Krylon Color Max satin brown boots, indoor-outdoor paint. There's a few cans here, but believe it or not, we probably already went through, I'm going to say 20 cans of these, maybe 30. I'll show you what we've been using it on. This here is what we've been using it on. This is a 13-foot section by just under 2 feet of scrap pine and 2x4s that I've had left over from previous projects. In my last video, I talked about utilizing scrap wood. And I think in one of the little sections there, I had some arrows pointing to some fencing that we'd already started on. This was another one that I completed yesterday. This is 13 feet long, and it's one of 2 pieces left that I need to finish up, get painted with that paint, and get out in our little landscape area, which I'll take you to next. This 6-foot section we just finished the other day, got it painted. I think it might be 10 or 12 feet long. And this will be the highest piece of fence in this little landscape area. This is in the front of the house. The front road's out here at the bottom of a hill. You can't really see it, but it's there. And then we got our sliding French doors or sliding doors off the front patio here. But these 3 maple trees here, we've always wanted to landscape this up a little bit. It's just a little relaxation spot, I guess you could call it. And other sections of 2-foot fence are out front here, and we still got a couple more to go, which I talked about a little bit ago. One thing I did decide to do is make these sections of fence seasonal, so that we can take them down through the harsh winter and then get them back up in the spring. And I want to show you how I did that, just for ideas for yourself, if you're interested in putting up little landscape fences like this. Down at the bottom, I used either a 2x4 or 2x6 for a platform for these sections of fence. And all I did was drill 3/4 inch holes at the base of these on a little bit of an angle. There's 3 on one side and 2 on the other. And then use a 3/4 inch stake to pound these in the ground. And these stakes are probably only down about 4 or 5 inches. I mean, it's not solid, but it's going to keep it in place, at least for what we're using it for. It'll deal with any high winds we get. And I can pop these stakes out, and we can move these sections of fence back in the barn through the winter, or paint them, whatever we need to do. But they're not subject to the year-round, or at least the winter weather. And this, to me, this is just a neat, easy way to put in these sections of fence that's not permanent. I don't have to drill any post holes, use concrete, any of that. And so far they've been holding up even through strong winds. Typically springtime is when many of us start sprucing up the lawn and do landscaping. And Lori and I are no different. We're big proponents of that in the spring, just to freshen everything up with mulch and flowers and everything else. But I will say, fall, at least in Ohio, and I'm guessing a lot of states around us, and even up north, you get into September, a lot of this material, the mulch and the pavers, little stepping stones, everything, they're thinning the shelves out and they put huge clearances on. I think the last 60 bags of mulch that we picked up were $1 a bag. This spring they were $3 to $5. And these stepping stones, I think, were $4 or $5 a piece. just right now is a great time to purchase this stuff because it's going on sale. And I don't mind playing around with this kind of landscaping in the fall. It's a great time to pick this stuff up. And in this front section that we're doing up, this is where the home will be for now, this wishing well that I made a few weeks ago. It's a nice little spot for it. Now we still have a couple little more sections of fence to get in, maybe a little bit more paper down and some more mulch, but we'll probably be wrapping this up for the season. And I'm guessing here in the next week or so this will be decorated up for the Thanksgiving type fall decoration, some Halloween stuff. But this is really coming around. I'm liking this area for a nice little getaway, even though the road's right out front here. There really isn't a lot of traffic. We kind of are out in the middle of nowhere. And here this weekend, my buddy Matt, who we call the Gnome, will be up. We might do a little bit of fishing, but I think we're going to do a little bit of woodworking, some projects. One of the things is I'm finally going to retire this bird feeder. It's just about falling apart. But I want to use this as a template to make a new one, and I might even make it a little bit bigger. But this thing has served me well over the last 10 years. It's at its point where it needs to be replaced, and I think this weekend will do just that. Another project to do for this area, we've had this bench now for probably at least 10 years, and it's getting pretty rickety. These slats in here, they're just getting worn, beat up. They need to be replaced. I might cut some oak slats to redo this. Put a nice coat of, I don't know, shellac on it. But I think a nice new coat of paint on this iron, some new wood on here, and breathe some new life into this bench. I think it'll look nice back here, and it'll be functional. Now at the beginning of this video, I shared with you that 13-foot section of 2-foot fencing that I still need to get painted. That's going to go from down there to about right here, somewhere right in here. And then I think along with that bird feeder this weekend, I'm going to make 2 little decorative planter boxes. One maybe 3 foot tall, and the other one, I don't know, a foot tall, to serve as kind of a breaking point for the separation of the fences from 6 foot down to 2 foot, and serve as a little opening to get through this little section that we're doing. A couple weeks ago when we were at a local thrift store, they had this old wooden chair sitting out front with a $3 price tag on it. It was pretty rickety and in bad shape, but for $3 we picked it up. I put a little kind of antique color blue finish on it, wiped it off a little bit, and we cut out the little mesh seat. Perfect spot for some flowers, and I'm sure here in a couple weeks this plant will probably be replaced with a mum. I think I'm going to wrap this video up for my country life vlog update video. What have I been up to, whatever you want to call it. I just even though I've been on a little bit of hiatus, incognito, whatever you want to call it, I just felt I owed you guys, my faithful subscribers, an update of what's going on here on Schick Happens. Anyway, thanks for joining me here today on Schick Happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm looking to maybe get a video up towards the end of next week on an update of my food plots. So maybe look forward to that. But until next time, cheers.